According to Christopher Klein, a freelance journalist specializing in history at history.com, there have been over 700 proposals to either change or abolish the Electoral College altogether, which makes it the most talked about subject in constitutional amendments. Listening to this speech will better allow you to understand our election process and how it ultimately affects us as college students coming into the world as young adults. First, I will talk about the Electoral College background and process. Secondly, I will discuss how it ultimately affects our election. And thirdly, I will discuss what a popular vote election might look like. So, in 1787, the Electoral College was established as one of the many compromises created during the creation of the Constitution. It's a compromise between those who wanted the people to be able to choose who was president and those who solely wanted Congress to be able to choose. Each state chooses an elector based on who they vote for. And it's equal to total state members. And then after they vote for that, each state gets a total of 2 votes for the election and an additional amount of votes equal to the House of Representatives, ranging from 1 to 53, depending on your state's population and the number of House of Representatives. These numbers can increase or decrease depending on your population and depending on how much your population fluctuates. And so people are either all for the Electoral College or all against it. Some calling it the political stability of America or the just simply undemocratic. So now that we've talked about the Electoral College process and background, we can discuss how it ultimately affects our election. 5 out of the last 57 elections, the winner or the loser of the popular vote has won the presidency. This upsets many Americans because it makes them believe that they wasted their time in voting and that it didn't really matter. If you look at all the surveys and interviews conducted during the 2016 election, you will see that a main reason why people didn't vote was because they believed that it wouldn't matter and it wouldn't count. It also convinces parties to write off more than 40 states and only focus on swing states because they know that if they win those votes, they can win the presidency. And it also makes it so presidents or candidates will ultimately focus on different problems prevalent in those swing states rather than problems that are prevalent in most of America. Now that we've discussed the Electoral College and how it ultimately affects our election, we can discuss what a popular vote election might look like. So in a popular vote election, it is predicted that more people would go out and vote if they realize that how much their vote actually mattered. It is also predicted that that candidates would, instead of focusing on 10 cities and 10 states, they would do their broadcast live, so that way their opinions and views could go out to more people at a better time and a faster pace. It is also predicted that they would pay attention to more minorities and their problems because they know that they make up 1/3 of the population in America and that their votes would be vital to winning the election. Now that we've talked about what a popular vote election might look like, in conclusion, we talked about the Electoral College process and background. We talked about how the Electoral College ultimately affects our election, and then we talked about what a popular vote election might look like. Listening to this speech hopefully allowed you to better understand our electoral process, and because it ultimately affects you as you grow older into this world and who is running, or who is our leader of America. So when something is proposed to Congress over 700 times, it might be time to actually realize that the current way of living might need to be updated or changed for the times that we're in.